I heard the prisons in Max the Sea have regulations banning any sharp objects, including pens. You're breaking the rules.
They don't allow sunglasses either, Blake. I told you not to bother me when we get thrown in here together. I have important work that needs doing, and you've had a stellar record in the past few days, so I hope you can keep it up. Damn it, I used up all my draft paper. Wait, I can still write on the back. Oh, Blake, help me out and ask the warden for some more. Columbian Academia will thank you for your contribution.
What the hell are you doing? There is no way you think we'll get to live, Ferdinand. Colombian law has never been lenient, so can't you just quietly wait for the end to come? If you want to get busy, why not think about your last meal?
You've wasted 2 minutes of my time, Blake. Now, which step was I at?
Planning out your last meal.
Oh, you think you're so funny, huh? You have no idea just how significant my work is. Over the next century, any researcher arrogantly trying to step into the field of high-energy physics in vain will have to engrave my theories into their mind. They will praise my name, regard me as king, as prophet, death. So what if I die? Just you wait, Kristen. You think you're so amazing. It is Ferdinand Clooney who has brought the truth back down to the ground. You idiot.
I'm so glad to see you so hale and healthy, sir.
Of course, it's all thanks to you. A few days ago I heard some terrible rumors about Tri-Mountains. But that's all in the past.
I'm grateful that our Columbia has so many outstanding law enforcement personnel just like you. I hear you're about to be promoted even. Being a state attorney will bring out the best in you.
It's honestly nothing compared to your business. Rhine Lab has expanded its technology investments and purchased more than a dozen labs in various fields. I used to not care about financial news at all, but now with a friend like you, Justin Jr., I have to do more than just stare at this cast iron railings in a daze like I did before.
I'll give you some stock tips. I'm glad to see you taking fate into your own hands, but I did come here on proper business this time.
Those two, I've already got the orders from above. Go ahead, Justin Jr. Just as before, it's nice to be working with you.
Likewise.
I have one more question. Which one did you want out?
Just like before. Madmen and freaks.
You're here, Nasty!
An interim meeting notice sent out by the already dissolved components control section. It's only been 2 weeks, and they've already reorganized Rhine Lab?
It's not just Rhine Lab. Volvert Kuczynski and Breach Brella, too. The top tech companies in the city have all received notices and sent their representatives here. Who do you think organized this meeting?
We'll know in just a moment. Don't lean your head towards me. I don't want my shoulders to get wet.
Nasty wrinkles her brows slightly, and the dead branch like the vise around her waist suddenly extends. The moment it touches Muses, the other party disappears from sight, as if a bubble has just popped.
Seems like you've recovered quickly enough to have strength for this little trick of yours, Mulesies. I mean, your mental state.
Dehydration isn't a serious thing to me, and it's not difficult to treat it either.
I thought you would be at a complete collapse, hiding in a forest to cry.
A friend talked me through it. Told me, Every life experience that eventually fades away will still hold some meaning.
You're still as emotional as ever, needing others to soothe you.
No, Nasty. I just calmed down and figured out something I had overlooked before. The person appearing here at your side right now is, of course, the director of Rhine Lab Ecological Section, the youngest and leading authority on ecology in Rhine Lab.
And that means...
Kristen passed on to me the biological data from the GaleriaStallari's vivarium. None of the 753 plants survived, but before that, they managed to survive past the barrier and not die immediately after breaking through the star pod. It's a height that Terrans never imagined a life could reach. What a gratifying experiment result. Nasty, I know what your dream is.
Terra promissa, Sarkaz fortasse, etiam in altis caelis reperitur.
You must have collected the data encompassing the entire duration of the Galeria's launch into the skies, right?
Well, I was standing close enough that day. The fireworks from the energy sputting everywhere very much resembled the sparks generated from the gears of the future turning.
So you're saying that's enough to propel yourself back into research on many more platforms that'll be bigger and more stable? Or does that mean you've already begun?
That was the rudimentary prototype of a city. No one ever said that Nobanic cities could only crawl on the ground.
And me? I can fill the city up with life. So now, our goals are aligned. To use your words, we're now going the same way. Let's go. The meeting's about to start.
Olivia, silence. Authentication complete. Please proceed. Saria, authentication complete. Please proceed. Silence and Saria walk through the long corridor one after another, neither of them speaking a word, both of them enveloped in quietude. They stop at the door of the conference room.
Saria, ask anything you have on your mind.
Are you really ready?
I thought you would have already taught this true while you were recovering. Science exists to transform society. This I don't doubt one bit. Likewise, I can also confirm the significance of Control's actions. There is no researcher that hasn't been stunned by the tear in the sky. But the real question we actually face is, what now? There's a rip in the sky, and the truth has emerged before everyone's eyes, and there is no reason to ignore its existence. But even if we all raise our heads, it doesn't mean the problems under our feet will simply disappear. In science, once the current understanding of something has been toppled, the pace of progress will not be suspended, but accelerated. Countless constructions have been declared failures while new fantasies have emerged, but scientists will eagerly tear down every cloud in the sky, and the ordinary people busy living their lives will be soaked by the rain the entire time. This is how reality is, and we can only accept it. It is inevitable to make sacrifices in the pursuit of dreams. We've heard enough phrases like these. There is no reality impossible to change, and no sacrifice justifiable. If most people can only be compelled to choose between dreams or reality, then I must become the bridge between the two. Ethical reviews, capital supervision, project evaluation. I will tighten the reins of order. I will use methods all manner of scientists will think pedantic and cumbersome to restrict them all. I will become a monitor, a buffer zone, a railroad switch. In short, I'm well qualified to be a villain. I will see to it science becomes a clear, incisive look at every one of us.
Silence. I don't know how exactly you managed to drum up support enough to change Trimount's scientific and technological communities, but you should know this. No matter the power of the government or Maylander, they chose you not for your worries and zeal.
I know, but if our goals are aligned, I'm willing to accept it.
Silence grabs the door handle. She stops suddenly and turns to look at Saria. Her gaze burns, and for a moment, Saria almost wants to run from it.
Surely you haven't forgotten, Saria. This is exactly what you wanted to do before. If you're hesitant, if you've given up, then I will do it.
Dozens of eyes focus on her. To be honest, such a feeling of being noticed by everyone isn't so pleasant to experience. Silent takes a deep breath and responds to those expressions of surprise, astonishment, and ridicule one by one. After a long moment of time, she steps inside.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Silence, sponsor of the Tri-Mounts Ethics and Scientific Research Joint Declaration. I stand here today because...
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No. Back then, I merely provided Miss Penny with an audition opportunity in Rakewood. It truly is nothing compared to the help you've provided us this time. Yes, that girl is probably just about to drown in the drool of various company representatives. I do hope she will be able to handle that situation. After all, this will be the new normal for her in the future. Such worries are indeed superfluous. These youth are indeed not lacking in courage, and they always run so fast. All we can do is accompany them on their journey. You're absolutely right. I've become an old lady who loves to worry. A golf game next month? Sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to join you this time. Yes, Mr. Chairman? I no longer have a reason to remain with Rhinelab. And besides, I'm well past retirement age. This should be a long and extensive vacation.
I'm so sorry, Miss Jara, but I've got the wrong way. I just asked the nearby residents, and if we change direction now, we might still be able to make it to the nearest nomadic city for a pit stop.
It's fine. Just continue driving this way.
Huh? That would delay your itinerary.
I just flipped through this geographical magazine in this car, and if we continue this way for 10 more kilometers, there should be a winery up ahead. The magazine says the wines here have an exceptional texture. The winery insists on a limited supply to only specific distributors, and for decades has refused to expand the scale of their vineyard. So I'm curious.
The people here have been so antsy lately over that Rhinelab incident. So I thought you wanted to get out of Rhino ASAP.
No one here would give a retiree a hard time. Besides, just look at the wonderful scenery we have here.
The wind blows from far away, and Jara adjusts her glasses, lifting her gaze to the sky. The clouds are moving quickly, and a singular star faintly appears amidst the twilight. The sky appears as lost as ever. After a long time, she gently waves her hand. The driver thinks she was calling him and quickly opens the door for her.
Safe travels. Let's go.
AriaraShii service cabin shutting down. AriaraShii observation bridge shutting down. AriaraShii Bavarian shutting down.
Five days, 8 hours, and 43 minutes, according to terrorist time. After breaking through the barrier, the Galleria is persisting beyond my expectations. Not long after, these cabins condensing the most advanced science and technology in Terra will be reduced to dust. The Galleria Stellaria was never equipped with the technology and conditions required for interstellar travel. I still remember Fristen scoffing at Nasty's plans when she handed them over. And now, I will lie down in the life support hibernation pod that Loken developed. We could never simulate the actual environment back on the ground, so I'm not exactly sure how long I can survive.
Galleria Stellaria Planetarium shutting down. The entire Galleria Stellaria has shut down. The life support hibernation pod will active in 5 minutes. Please be seated at once.
The universe. The first time I learned of this concept from Fristen, I had no way of envisioning how encompassing, boundless, magnificent, beautiful and touching it could be. It stretches past our horizons, exceeding what we have constructed with our barren imaginations beyond what words can describe. A pity I can only record my words as an audio file. From what I can see through this boundless curtain that has made it difficult to discern any colors, our Terra is surrounded by stardust, with no fulcrum or rope supporting it as it rotates on its own and by itself. The stars blend into one another, and any measurement of distance, size, or shape is meaningless. This universe is so deep that it makes you speechless. It makes you feel a deep sense of awe. As I observe with just the naked eye, the stars look similar to Terra. These were once in our visions, mere decorations dotting the night sky, but they share the same existence as us. Perhaps life also exists on them, the same flames of love and hate, terrible disasters, grand plans and romance, as well as mundane struggles and persistence going on stage over and over again. Their history written by the creation and destruction of their civilizations with innumerable magnificent miracles, names that shine, and bloated titles added onto the footnotes before they all return to dust. Do they know a universe exists? And are they our enemies or neighbors we can get along with? If it's possible, perhaps everyone should try to understand us from this position, to understand the land, sky, and sea we rely on to live. To understand where exactly we are in the history of humanity, and where exactly that entire history belongs in the universe. Only then will we be qualified to consider what direction to head in.
The life support hibernation pod will close in 1 minute. Please be seated immediately. Repeat. The life support hibernation pod will close in 1 minute. Please be seated immediately.
Pre-hibernation record. Vital signs are normal. Emotions are relatively stable. It is truly gratifying to see all that the plants here are still alive. A pity that Mulesys has no way to obtain this data. Throughout Kristen's entire life, there have only been 2 times where she truly felt alive. The first time, Saria, when I brought you back to my hometown, on that hillside where I told you about the beginning of everything. The second time is now, as I have just realized mine and my parents' dream. Whatever happens next is merely the start of a continuation. On a clear night, find a spot with a wide and open view and set up a telescope. There will be a single star twinkling for you in the sky. Well then, good night, Terra. Good night, universe. If in a century or a millennium, our descendants walk among the stars, the masses will sing our praises. Who are you?
A guardian lacking any purpose, watching over kin, brothers, and compatriots who will never wake up.
What are these?
Life support devices far beyond what your comprehension. They do not rely on the originium you are familiar with, but tens of thousands of years is enough to wear them down to nothing. And now they are merely coffins for the deceased, just like in the olden days.
Why do you seem so close to humanity?
In our darkest days, it was only human nature that let us avert a much more complete destruction. Though this means nothing but endless torment to me.
Is the sky false?
Not exactly. A barrier makes Terra incapable of charging towards the stars. Light has been distorted accordingly, preventing people from ever understanding the true implications of their world. Only the stars are beyond any doubt. They exist.
What does the universe look like?
An interesting question. When any creature capable of capturing light turns its head up to the sky, it will be subdued by an endless ocean of stars. Anonymous, magnificent, beautiful. But in my eyes, the void merely means ruin and a chilling desolation.
Are the stars just like Terra?
No. Terra is rather small compared to them. Even stars tens of millions of times larger than Terra, like star number 4, would completely disappear into the gigantic black hole of the Zobeide Nebula, and the satellite arrays outside Talos can even manipulate the geographical properties of a planet like this.
Why do the Sancta have halos and wings?
An icy chain of command gives them an identity. It is dangerous to start a machine lacking any self-awareness in the name of a god to fulfill a mission it cannot even understand.
Have you ever seen a burden beast?
The creatures known to you as burden beasts have not changed too drastically in the course of evolution. Their tenacity is as durable as the planet itself. People should treat them with more humility and respect.
What is it like to travel by sea?
I can only tell you what a simulation feels like. Flying across the ocean of a planet is just like wrapping yourself in a blue silk scarf. And yet, the bright blue is always fleeting. Kristen.
Say your piece.
After knowing all of this, do you still intend on gambling with your life to tear open the sky? Terra is ill-prepared, and your death will be without meaning or reason.
Allow me to ask you a final question to serve as my answer.
Ask your question.
Our careers, cities, homes, art, as well as our cruel history. Suffering, war, catastrophes, and the arrogance that destroys everything, trends of thought and ideals, greatness granted by others and equality gifted from birth, the civilization born on this tiny patch of wilderness, and everything that we have ever loved without compare. What do they inevitably mean, and what is it that life ultimately seeks?